In this video, we'll be seeing how to connect your Laravel APIs using Sanctum Authentication. Here you can see that I'm having a completely new Laravel project. You can see I'm inside PHP Storm. You can use any ID, that doesn't matter. So here we can go to the routes folder and we can see that we are not having the APIs file. For that, you can come to this documentation link. I will give the link. So you can open this link and you can simply scroll down and we can see this PHP Artisan install API. You have to run this to enable Sanctum and all those API features. So we can copy that and run that. We can open the terminal here and we can paste that here. Run this command. You can see that we are inside the project directory. Okay, simply open your command prompt and you can navigate to this project directory and run this command. Here we can see that they are asking you to do the migration. So there will be some tables that you need to add for the API. So you can type yes and hit enter. So make sure that you're having MySQL running. Otherwise you will get error. So now we have added everything related to APIs and the Sanctum, etc. You can go to the routes here and we can see api.php. You can open that and you can see that we are having a route here and it is having the middleware auth Sanctum. So first of all, we can write a function to create users. So we can write a function to create some dummy users for the demo purpose. So now we can see that we are having this function over here. So I'm writing this inside the API route section itself. I'm not going to create a new controller for now. You can do this inside controller. Since this is a demo video, I'm simply going to use this one. And we can change this to the top use statement. Can replace it with use statement here. Okay, and this one as well. So if you don't understand what happened, I simply added this as a use statement instead of adding that here. Okay, so you can see the hash is added here and the factory is added here and the user model is added here. So that's it. These three items are added. Okay, so you can type it, either you can type it or you can use some plugins and do this. Okay, so the shortcuts will vary according to the IDE. So now we are simply creating a fake user details and we are saving it to the database. So if you don't know, by default Laravel is having this user and you can see that model migration here and you can see that we are having the name, email and password. So we are simply populating these details with a faker. Okay, and we can now generate a token. For that we can go to the user model. So we can come inside the app models, open the user model user.php. And here we can add one more thing, that is has API tokens. You can add this here and you have to add this use statement also. Simply add this use statement and add this here inside the model. Okay, now you can go back to the api.php file and here we can create a token now. So you can create a variable token equal to, and you can see the suggestion here. Okay, hope it is visible. So you can create a token like this. You simply have to call the function create token. Okay, and this is the name and you can specify in this case that we are going to use this for Android purpose. Okay, Android users to access. So you can give a name like Android user. Okay, you can give any name like that. This will be useful for you to understand what is the purpose of this key. And after creating, you can see we are getting this key inside this variable. We can return these details as a response. Okay, let's make it a JSON and user can simply pass the user token and the token. Okay, you can see the suggestion. So that's it. So we are passing the user details and also the token here. And you can simply run this and check if it is working. Now this will create a fake user details and also create a token, access token for that user. You can use the statement anywhere. Okay, you simply can call the user model. You can access that user's details like a user var id equal to, you can hope you know how to access a user using this. So you can access that user details and you can simply call this like this. Okay, it is very easy. You can do this easily anywhere and that token will be generated then. Okay, you don't have to do this while registration or while login. You can do this anywhere. Okay, so most probably you will be using this while logging in. So whenever a user logs in, this key will be reset. You can reset this key. Okay, and you can do that according to your logic, how you wish to implement that. So now we can try running this and see the output. So you can open the terminal and type PHP artisan server. Hit enter and we can open this one. Okay, this is our Laravel application. Here we can open the URL that is API/user. Okay, so this is our API URL. You can enter this one and hit enter. Okay, we are getting an error that is login not defined. So we forgot to remove that middleware. You can come here and you simply have to remove this middleware from here, because right now we are not authenticated and we don't need that middleware there. Okay, simply remove that from here and you can refresh that page. You can refresh this page now and you can see this is our output. Output is visible. Okay, and we are getting the user, the name of the user. It's a fake details that is filled by faker. You can see an email and created at all those details. Then you can see token here. You have to store this token somewhere safe. So let's say that you are generating this while logging in. You can store this inside your Android application with a shared preference or inside the SQL database somewhere. You can store this somewhere. You can store it in SQLite or shared preference anywhere. Simply store this somewhere safe so you can access this token again and again, because you will need this token to make a request to another APS, because we are using Sanctum authentication. So this token is required. So we'll be copying this token from here. You can keep this page untouched. So for this video, we'll not be showing detailed implementation. I'll be simply using this token as it is and showing you a demo. Now that we have a function to create a fake user and add this token for that user, we have to implement a function with Sanctum authentication. So you can simply write a route and let's display the list of users or something. If you are having, you can create some other details. I am simply going to display the list of all users since this is a demo video. So here I am creating a route that is get users, and we can add a middleware to this post request. Okay, you can come here and simply add a middleware and we can specify auth Sanctum. Okay, now this route can only be accessed with an authentication token. Okay, you have to be logged in to access this. So we can test this one. So we can use this token that we generated earlier and I have copied it. So let's go to the Android part of this. Now I have created a new Android Studio project and you can see there is nothing much here. We are having simply one activity, and in the manifest, let's go to the manifest and you can add this internet permission first of all. So you'll need the access to internet anyway. So you can add that first of all. Simply go to manifest and add this line and you can close the manifest. Now we will be using Volley to fetch the details from the API that we created, and I will be showing that on this text view. Okay, so we'll be using this text view to set that JSON response, and we'll be simply showing that text here. We'll be using Volley, so you can come to this URL and we have to add Volley to our project. You can copy this one since we are using Groovy. You can copy this one. If you're using Kotlin, you can add it like this. Okay, so let's copy this one and we can go to this Gradle scripts here and open this build.gradle file. The second one, okay, module app, this one, and you can scroll to the bottom and add a dependency. Here we can add this one and you can click on sync now. You can see that it is showing that you can replace it with this. You can click this one and it will replace it with this one. Okay, you can simply hover over this one, use control and click this one, and you can see how it is added. Okay, and version is added here. You can see that here. Okay, So you can click on sync now. You can simply ignore that also. Okay. If you don't know how to do that, you can simply ignore that. That is not a problem. So I'm keeping it like this, and you can click on sync now. Now Volley will be added to a project. I think you know all these basics. So we'll be concentrating on the main part, that is making the request. So we can go to the Java, that is activity main here. You can go to the documentation and copy a simple request. And here we can scroll down. Okay, you can go to the simple request, and here we can copy this one in Java. Can copy this one, and we can create a function over here. Let's create a function, and we can paste the code that we copied here. Now we can import all the classes. We don't need this text view, so we can remove that text view from here. Remove this command and import this class. Click on this one and type Alt Enter, and that will add this import statement. You can see this one. Okay, it is adding this import statement. Okay, so click on this one and type Alt Enter, and you can click on import class. Okay, so you have to do this for all the classes. So add this one, and the request response also you have to import that, and this Volley error also. That's it. So you can remove this comment from here. We will be using this text view, so you can keep that there. And we can remove this comment as well. That's not required. And we can initialize this text view on the top here. We can come here and create an object. Let's create an object on the top. You can come here and text view. We can give a name text view, and here we can initialize the object. Don't forget to initialize the object, otherwise you will get error and the app will crash. Find view by ID r.id. And we have to give an ID for the view. So let's come here, and here you can see this is my view part. Hope it is visible properly for you. Okay, you can come here, and we can simply add an ID for this text view. So add an ID, and let's keep it to simple like txt. That's enough. Txt fetch txt data. Okay, that's enough. Okay, now we can call this on the Java part. Okay, and we can add that here. Now the text view object is initialized, and we are calling that here and setting the response. Okay, we can remove the substring, and okay, we can simply add some /n here to make it to the next line. Okay, and that's it. Now we can add a header. We have to pass an header to the API. You have to give the URL here first of all. Okay, so we have to give the API URL here. For that, you can go to your Laravel project. So you can open your terminal, and we have to run this on our local IP. So I'll be using the local IP address to run this across the application. I will show you how we can do that. You can open your command prompt, and here you can simply type ipconfig and hit enter. Now you can see this at the bottom. You can see on the wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi, you need to have Wi-Fi connected, and you should make sure that your device and the system is connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Okay, and you have to copy this IPv4 address. So you can copy this one. So this is my local IP, and you can copy that. And now you can close this one. Okay, simply copy this IP here, and you can close. Now we can use the PHP artisan command. PHP artisan serve. We can specify the host now. So host equal to, and the host is what we copied right now. Give the IP address. Then we can specify, give a space, and we can specify the port, hyphen port, and that's equal to, we can set it to 8000 itself, and set the port, and you can hit enter now. So this is the command. Okay, you can see we are specifying the host here. This is the IP that we just copied. Okay, and then specify the port also. Okay, simply run this command, and this IP will be different for you. Okay, so you have to copy it just how I did it. You have to check the IP config and copy it from there, and this will change. Okay, this will change whenever you reconnect your network or whenever you turn off the computer. This will be changing always, so you have to change it every time you run this command and all. Okay, now this is our link, and you can click this one, and you can see our Laravel application will be opening. Okay, so it is working perfectly. You can access this from any device within the same Wi-Fi connection. Okay, You have to make sure that you are within the same Wi-Fi connection, and then you will be able to access this exact address. Now we can copy this link here and we can give that here. Okay, that is http://. We are not having an SSL, so it is not HTTPS, it is HTTP. Okay, and give the IP and give the port /. Then we can give the Laravel route, that is API /. Then the route was get. Let's check the route. I think it was get users. So let's go and check that. So this is our route, get users. We can add it, and you have to add that route here, and that's it. Okay, so this is our URL to get the user details. If you try to access this, you can see that we are getting a get method not allowed. That is because we have only set the post method. So if you are doing a post request to this URL, you will still get an error, that is authentication error, because we are having a middleware for this route. You can see that we have set this authentication, so it will not work. So we have to pass that API key in order to access this route. So in order to pass that, we can add the header option to this request. Okay, we can come here in this function. You can come here. So you can see on the closing of this one, this bracket, string request, can come here before this Q add. Okay, let's remove this comment first of all, and you can come here before the semicolon. You can open a curly braces here, and inside this we can call the function get headers. Okay, get header. Okay, you can see this one. Okay, simply click this one and it will add this one. Okay, and inside this I can remove this return statement here, and we can use the map, that is map at a string. So string, give a variable name equal to, and we can set new hash map, and header dot put. We can add the header details here. So it is an authorization token, so we can add that authorization, and here give a comma and pass the details. Now it is a bearer token, and then we can pass our actual token. So here after the space we have to pass the token. Give a semicolon here. Now we can copy the token that we earlier generated and give that here. So now you can copy this token. Okay, so this is the token that you need to use there. Okay, so you can copy this one from here and we can paste that here. Okay, so in order to make it much more readable, we can add it as a variable here. Okay, so string token equal to, and we can give the string here. Now you can access it here. Let's give a space, give a plus and token, and that's it. Now token is added. Now we have to return the header. So return header. Okay, so you can add any other headers that if you want to add any other things, you can add that as well. So right now we only need this authorization token, so we can do that. Now this request will work. It will not show an error. So if you want to see if it shows an error or not, I will show you how it works. So you have to change this get to post because we are only having post request. So we can make it to post here, and that's it. Now we can try running this one, and you can click on this play here, select your emulator, and you can click on this one. Okay, and you can wait for this to run. Okay, the app is installed and it's launched. So here it is not working because we forgot to call this function. So you can come here and call the function fetch data here. Now you can run this one. Now it should work. You can see it is relaunching, and you can see that didn't work. Okay, so this is because we can try printing this one and check what happened here. You can add a plus here, or you can simply remove this one and we can add error dot get message, and you can run this one once more, and this should show the mistake. It is okay. Okay, since we are using this HTTP instead of HTTPS, we have to go to the manifest here, and here we can add use clear text traffic. Okay, and you can set it to true. Simply add this line on the manifest, and you can rerun this one and it should work. So go back to the Java file, and we can see this is working right now. See, response and the API details. So you can see the user details. It will return details of all the users. Okay, so I haven't done any logic on that part. You can do that according to your thing, you can do that. I am simply returning all the details of whatever things is there inside the table. I am returning that here. Okay, so we are able to fetch the API properly and it is working. So hope you understand this video. We simply are passing this token here. You have to get this token somehow. So let's say you are doing this inside your login part. Okay, when the user is logging in, you can collect this token and you can save that inside shared preferences, or you can save that inside the SQLite. You can save it somewhere safe within the application, and you need to access it whenever you are making this API request. That's it. That's a very simple concept. You have to save it when you are logging in, or anytime that you want to refresh this token, you can do that, and you can save it inside a shared preference. Then you can pass it as a header here. Okay, that's it. And on the API part, you simply have to set this middleware with Auth Sanctum, and whatever thing that is inside this will only work when you are authorized to access it. So that's it. So hope you understand. So this is a very simple video on how to implement Sanctum and use that with your Android application. Hope you find this video useful. If you have any doubt, you can leave a comment below and I will be responding to them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more such videos.